everything, legit. The Nimi Mehta podcast. So I am super excited for this. I was at his store yesterday in Dubai Mall, his flagship store where, hundreds of people showed out to see him there. A designer who turned his passion into an empire, an iconic brand that people love around the world.
Yes.
Mr. Steve Madden, welcome to Dubai.
It's great to be in Dubai.
How are you?
What a city. It's my first time here.
Your first time?
Yeah.
So how long have you been here and how's the city feeling for you?
So I've been here a few days and, it's astonishing, actually. Just amazing, the architecture and all the modernness.
Yeah.
And it's really amazing.
Amazing.
I'm kind of awestruck by it.
Yeah. It does always take you by kind of like a hit at first. Like, wow, this is incredible. So you'll definitely be back then.
Oh, yes,
amazing.
For sure, yeah.
So your story is such a fascinating one, Steve. Something that we were talking about in the store yesterday, a lot of people, was that you literally started this from the back of your car trunk. And now 30 years on, we're celebrating
here we
Steve
are,
Madden.
30 years later, I'm still kicking.
How does it feel?
Yes.
How does it feel?
You know what? It really feels great. I really enjoyed coming to Landmark today. Enjoyed that. And I like to see their growth arc is similar to ours too. But they do such a great job here.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting is that when people start out in business, they always say, like, I hear a lot of entrepreneurs say, business is in my blood. Was that the case for you, or did you kind of just learn as you were going? How was that journey for you?
Business is in my blood. I don't know about all that. But I loved the idea of the thing that moved me was the idea that I could make a shoe and it could be worn by a lot of people. Like it's like making a hit, in the way, a pop star, like Ed Sheeran makes a hit.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about shoes. And so I like that. That's what turns me on today. So we also, as a result of all those hits, we've built a big corporation, and so that's it, really.
So this is what people...
One shoe at a time.
Yeah, one shoe at a time, and I love that. A
Yeah.
lot of people have this passion, but they don't feel like they have that entrepreneurship level to get them there. What would you say to them? Just follow that passion. The business side of things will come.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting from you.
I guess. So I was kind of, I was not so keen on, I wasn't really that great a businessman. I just was focused on making the hot shoes and sort of took care of itself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's easier to do it that way than the opposite way, which a lot of people do, like create these businesses and then they sort of back into what they're doing. It doesn't usually work out that well for them.
And usually when you have a passion and love for something, that's going to drive you more than anything, I guess. Exactly.
Yes.
So in this journey, it's really important, no matter what industry you're in, to have mentors and people that you look up to, to get you through that journey, any path that you wanted to follow. Was that the case for you? Was there anyone out there that did that for you?
Yes, absolutely. That's the one thing. It seems to be coming up, this like message to young entrepreneurs, which I suppose I'm supposed to do. The passing of the baton, I'm not quite ready yet. But, mentors, that's so great. That's such a great idea. It's somebody that you look up to that's usually older than you, mostly older. And I definitely had them. It's your dad, right? And he was my biggest, I idolized my father. But then you go out into the world and you see different things. I've had several that have really shaped me.
Yeah.
It's really a great thing too.
It is. the crazy thing about mentors then, what it turns into is also the people around you that kind of support you to keep you going as well. So you have your mentors, and how important is that? You're a family guy as well. How important is that to have your people around you to get you through this journey?
Well, it's like you have your family. It's like a family, right?
Yeah.
So it really is. You have your work family, and then you have your other family. But I had kids later. So for me, I really experienced the family bit, It's actually healthier in many ways than a regular family. 'Cause, you're kind of seeing the best of people.
Yeah.
But the thing about mentors is that there is a shelf life to them, though. They sort of go away. There's sort of a mentor life expectancy. They just
have like an expiry date.
Yes, they do. Not your daddy, of course.
No, never.
But definitely.
You mean by that? You mean they take you to a certain stage in your career?
Yeah, I think it was. That's where you are, and then you going on another journey without them, and so you have to sort of leave that.
Yeah.
You have to sort of leave it behind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, in any business.
Well, that's my experience.
Absolutely. Well, do you know what? Your experience helps other people, anyone that's watching right now.
Yeah.
So there's ups and downs when it comes to business, when it comes to life in general. How and what just kept you motivated to keep going and to keep pursuing your passion? Because the passion never dies, but sometimes that fire in you can just dim a bit. What did you do?
Yeah. Well, most of the time I was motivated by paying the rent. You know what I mean? And that was a big motivation, not getting kicked out into the street, right?
Yeah.
That's great. Nothing motivates you like that.
No.
But, of course, that's not reality at some point in your life. So you need other things, and for me it's always been about the shoes. It's always been like, I want to make shoes that everybody wears. I want to make that shoe, that hit shoe.
I heard you say this in an interview. My goal is to make a shoe for absolutely every single person in this world.
Yeah, I do like that. I fancy that idea.
Yeah, how is that going?
How's it going? Yeah. We're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there.
30 years, no big deal.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Absolutely. So what does it mean for you to now be celebrating your 30 years here in Dubai? And I mean, also, this brand, I'll tell you what this brand has meant to me. I'm 28 years old, and Steve Madden has just been so iconic. It is kind of taken me through my ages from a young teenager to now a grown woman, where I look to your boots, your heels, your court shoes to just get me through that business life. But for women empowerment, I genuinely think that this has such a strong impact. Shoes make everything for a woman.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yes, I do.
How have you seen your shoes make a difference? And was that the goal? Was that the goal?
Oh no, that wasn't the goal. No, survival was the goal.
Yeah.
And I've sort of always have the philosophy of just sort of make the shoes, and the rest is going to follow. But we've always had this very strong following with young people. And of course young people, it's ephemeral, right? They're growing up. So, I remember when my first big success was all the young schools in New York City. So, I mean, it was like a uniform shoe. You had to wear Steve Madden. I think those people are like 45 today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, it was about 25. So they were in school. Yeah, they're 40. They're 40 years old.
Wow.
They got grown kids. I was talking to Lady Gaga. About that. It's like, Lady Gaga, it's so great to meet you. You're so, it's so cool. And she goes, oh my God, Steve Madden. You'd be make fun of in my school growing up. I had to have a pair of your shoes. So it was nice to hear,
Yeah, wow.
But I always forget that.
Yeah, like the evolution of and how you kind of...
So now they're out there, and it's kind of cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. So 30 years now, what do you see for the future of Steve Madden?
Oh, well, it's international company, doing great in the Gulf states. We're doing fantastic.
Yes.
A lot of fashion here, and all over the world we're doing well. And so we're just taking that. I mean, we're just taking that spirit and taking it everywhere. And thankfully, you know, because of the internet, because of Instagram and all that social media bit, you know, the world is very close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
In a real way, everybody's seeing stuff at the same time, and because of social media, so it becomes easier in a way.
Yeah, and what's fascinating now for entrepreneurs, technically it should be easier with this internet world that we live in. Imagine you 30 years ago being able to, I mean, you were in the car boot of your trunk.
Yeah.
What was the internet situation 30 years ago?
There was none.
There wasn't anything, right?
No, there was not.
So what was your form of getting the word out there?
There was CBs, I think.
What CB?
I think it was called a CB, the first one. Where
What's
like
CB?
a convoy. Do you remember that? Anybody remember that? Trucker, yeah, that was, yeah.
Oh, like a radio thing.
Yeah, no, it was nothing. It was nothing.
And then you would tag into someone's channel.
Yeah, that was like a big deal.
Wow.
You know, when I was a little boy, there was what they called the ham radios. Nobody, and it would be like these things, and you'd be like turning the dials, and you'd be like, "Hello, Rome, come in, Tokyo." You know, it'd be like this, and you'd hear some crackling voice, and you'd think, "Oh my God, I've touched someone in, you know, Holland, or,
Yeah.
you know that kind of thing, or in, you know, Asia,
Maybe even Mars. Like, who
Right.
knows?
You'd hear somebody crack, you know, and you'd freak out. But so, you know, here we are. I mean, you can, you know, send a picture to someone in China right now can see this, roll out of bed and see us talking. And, you know, it's great.
Yeah.
It really is great.
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, many people
is a
complain
beautiful
about the
thing.
internet, but
No, it's wonderful.
Here we go.
It's. I wouldn't want to live in any other time.
No.
And what's interesting for me at my age, so I got to see life without the internet. So it's kind of cool, right, to see the difference. And it's great.
yeah.
It's fantastic. Cloud.
Oh,
Also,
the cloud.
is fantastic.
Oh, it's a beautiful
Yes, I
thing,
love
isn't it? I quite
I'm
don't get
so
the cloud.
happy.
I'm going to be honest.
What's that?
Like, where is it? Where
Where
is
is
the
that
cloud?
cloud?
I'd
Yeah.
love to know. My
Where is
cloud
it?
could be next to your cloud right now, and we
Yes.
don't even know it.
Yes, our clouds could be connected.
How are your kids with you? Because I know with my dad and technology, it's a really fascinating, frustrating situation.
Yeah.
Your kids like, Dad, don't even try it.
Correct. It is exactly as it should be. They
Yeah.
make fun of me. There's new stuff that I don't know about, and they are expert at it. And I'm just happy to, get my favorite Beatle record downloaded whenever I want it.
Yes.
And listen to, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm happy to with my Netflix and my music and Spotify and
Yeah.
and Instagram, and so but it's a whole other thing. Right?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
And then in 10 years it'll be something else.
I know we got to jump on these trends. Have you heard of TikTok?
Of course.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's complaining about TikTok, but I have heard. You must have heard of Gary V. He's like, everyone get on TikTok right now because in about a year it's going to be the next
Gary V,
Instagram.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's like,
he's
you
the
need
guy.
to.
Yeah.
He is the man.
Yeah, he's the man. You've heard of him, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
he's-
you heard
he's
of
the-
him? He's from New Jersey. I think he's a Jersey guy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
listen, Steve, it's just been an absolute
Yeah.
honor. You've got a schedule. I've just been told to wrap things up. It's been a
Okay.
pleasure
Yes.
talking to you.
It was so much
Thank
fun.
you so much for
Yeah.
being here in
Great
Dubai. And thank you. Thank
great
you
to be
again.
here.
We hope to see you soon.
Yeah, cool.